Are you up for lunch?
Yeah, I'm excited.
What would you like to have?
I'm feeling a hamburger.
Hamburger?
What do they call it? What a burger. I'm the CEO of Heritage Montessori School. We are a pre-K through 12th grade school in McDonough. We currently have 100 students in our location. And, one of the main goals that we have in this season is growing to 150 students. So increasing our enrollment, by 50%. One of the biggest strategies that we've utilized here at the school that has allowed us to increase our enrollment by about 20% is going to be the digital marketing and the ads. So, using the algorithms on Facebook and Instagram with specific tailored content developed by Parrot, which has really highlighted our exposure in the community. It's really done an amazing job in just sharing more about what Heritage Montessori is, the culture, what we do, the types of clients we're looking for. So it's really been absolutely incredible, groundbreaking, for the company. And it's going to allow us to scale. Really, I see us achieving the goal of 150 students, but then also our second location, third location, like the same strategies that we're using right now, we would continue to use, in that further growth.
That's great. So, I guess there's a lot of different schools around the state or, the U.S. that can, watch this video and try to, maybe there are some schools that are just starting to explore the marketing, digital marketing, maybe the ads. So why don't you tell a before and after doing marketing with us? And I know you had a couple, contractors, people that were helping with the organic content.
Yeah.
But can you explain a little bit more how you guys started? Marketing, doing the marketing and the content itself.
Yeah. No, thank you. And so, realistically, we started doing digital ads or marketing back in 2019. So, right before COVID happened. And, we started investing a small amount of resources. I think our budget was $300 a month on ad spend at that time.
And you were doing boosting the post or how
it was just Facebook posts and basic usage of the algorithm. So yeah, we would do some short videos, but not scheduled. There wasn't a routine, it wasn't systematic. There was no real plan. It's just other than, hey, I made this cool video, we're gonna put it on Facebook and and see kind of what we generate. Or it would be targeted to one specific campaign. Let's say summer camp, right? Which is our primary enrollment time. So we're highlighting our summer camp. We did 2 videos. We're spending $300 a month over, each month over 2 months to try to get, leads in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we started. And then, there was still a lot of work on my end, right? So I still had to, kind of help decide what the videos were going to be. What are the color palettes we're going to use? I was still, doing a lot of it even at that time.
So I remember when we met because, I want to tell you how I met the school is because my sister-in-law, she was a teacher at that time. Now she's in a pregnancy, maternity leave.
Yeah.
And she was working there, working for a couple of years. She always recommended the school. We used to live in Florida, and we basically made the decision to come to Georgia 80% because of that school. So we had to come and meet you and meet Miss Kim, the founder, and you. They are it's a family business. They're being in the market for more than 20 years, a lot of experience, and we found that this school was everything we needed. And I don't know if you guys know, but in Florida the schools and daycares are super expensive, and for us to find out that we were paying the same amount that we were paying in a daycare in Florida, we found this amazing personalized education for our kids and the Montessori method and everything within it. You guys cook. You have a beautiful, like kitchen, and you guys do cook for our kids.
Yes.
You're a chef, and you need to tell that. Tell a little bit more about that story.
Yeah.
We're gonna cover it, but we found everything, and got plans. Everything.
Yes.
I remember we just moved here, so we didn't have. The internet. My home internet wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
They took two weeks to install it.
Yeah.
So I was every day looking for a coffee shop or anything, any place to connect. And then you offered me hey, why don't you sit here at my office? I was like, okay, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
And that's how we started talking about my business, your goals, and then we ended up working together. So I have this, Parrot Marketing is my marketing agency, and we see a fit that we could help boosting, the lead generation and enrollment for the kids with Facebook ads, right? That's what we did at that time.
Yeah.
And I remember doing the first campaign is just a regular set of videos of kids just having fun.
Yeah.
Activities, Montessori activities or field trips and that kind of stuff. But then it increased to you talking to a camera, Miss Kim doing marketing tips. Why don't we talk about what we discovered together about providing parenting tips and Montessori tips for parents is one of the key communication pillars that we do right now.
Yeah. So, one of the biggest things that you do as an educator is, yes, educate the children, but also to make a lasting impact, you need to educate the parents as well. So by doing the tips, it allows us to be, a regular connect point for families where they could just come to us, whether they're looking for a school or not for a school. But when the time does appear for them to go, hey, we're moving, or we got a raise and now we can afford this amazing program. We're going to look. We were the first on their mind, right?
Mm-hmm. So,
doing the tips allowed us to have, more exposure with potential clients, but it also allows us to rest in that authority that we have with our current clients, right? So it's not like they're just coming to our events and picking their kid up. They're also getting educated, in their downtime, when they're at home.
And also, this is one of the most important things that my wife and I, we consider about the Montessori is that, yes, they teach the kid, and I've seen that growth in my daughter in the last year that we've been here, almost 2 years now.
Yes.
And it's not only what they learn, but they teach you how to apply that at home and follow up with the strategy, and that is a game changer.
Yeah.
Because normally you just drop your kid and ask them at the end of the day, how was it?
Yeah.
They say, I don't know, I don't remember, and that's it. But now, you can get not only this personalized education, once a month with the teachers,
yes,
but also you can just follow social media and learn, which is basically what we're doing right now with the parents.
Yes, and it's been really effective. I'd say that, the value add, right, for our families to one, know that they're getting a great education, but to also in turn feel that way when they check their phone and when they get home, means they can also share with their parents, grandparents or friends, right? So you're just getting additional validity in the choice that they made, right, as a consumer. But then also for us as a school, it allowed us to really look at our reach a little bit differently, and really take an angle that a lot of schools aren't necessarily taking, right?
Yeah.
They're educating in the classroom, but as soon as the bell rings, it kind of stops.
Yeah, and for example, I know, analytics is super important for us as a marketing agency and for you guys, because you're on the office and how your company structure is organized is always on top of metrics, right?
Yeah.
So we came with that, and for us it's super important understanding what are the amount of impressions we're getting, how many clicks we're getting, what is the cost per lead, optimizing the CRM, for example. All those metrics and tools that we're using are a game changer to be able to understand, who is your ideal buyer persona and how to get it, right?
Yes. No, identifying our ideal client is probably one of the biggest things that has allowed us to achieve our goals. Before, we would send out ads and we were spending a lot of administrative time in kind of whittling down the clients or qualifying the clients once they came into the office. And so, we're losing hours upon hours on every week doing tours with people or qualifying them in person. So taking my admin time or my office time, trying to qualify people. So, being able to do that ahead of time with the digital marketing means I'm not only saving time by hiring an amazing company, but now I'm also gaining time back that was going towards qualifying leads. So it's just like a multiplier effect in that regard.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot with a lot of people, right? Like try to get, the first step is getting leads. How do I get more people to fill out a form and maybe ask for a tour? But once they have the tour, they probably are not a right fit for many reasons. Maybe the monthly tuition cost is not what they expected to be. Maybe it's higher. So then we need to work on, targeting people that's, more willing to invest in their kids' education, right?
Yes.
And secondly, you don't invite just anybody to your house, right?
No, you
so
do not.
You need to really filter and make people, understand what are the values, the mission, and everything around the company to really later on invite them to a tour. What do you want to eat? Hi, good morning. Afternoon.
I want the sweet and spicy bacon burger.
All right, so can we have a sweet spicy bacon burger, please?
You want the burger or the meal?
Yeah, meal.
The meal.
And the meal, yeah.
What's the drink?
Coke, please.
All right, anything else for you?
And number 2, please.
You want cheese?
Yes. And bacon.
And what's the drink?
And bacon as well, please.
All right.
Coke as well.
Ready to eat. All right.
Yeah,
anything else
sounds
for you?
nice.
I think that will be it. You want anything else?
No.
Like
All right, you need any ketchup in the bag?
Yes, and do you have Cajun or
Yeah, buffalo.
Buffalo? Yeah, that'll be great.
You want the spicy ketchup, regular ketchup, or both?
Both.
Spicy ketchup.
Wow.
Oh, where does that
You
come
want the
from?
buffalo on the side?
Yes, please.
1 or 2?
2. 2 will be good.
All right, anything else I can get for you?
That'll be it. Thank you.
All right, 3346. You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, now we're gonna be eating and enjoying. We can.
Yeah, well, one of the other things that I just kind of want to share, with our guests is, in my experience in working with other marketing companies, they were, fairly specific in what they would be able to provide, but they didn't really teach me anything. Like there was no education. So in working with the Moon Parrot and really partnering with you guys, like not only do you have specific goals and metrics and targeted, things that we're achieving, you're also educating me on what you're doing. So I'm getting a value add with a deeper understanding. I'm not required to do it, but when we sit in meetings and when we have conversations, I know what we're talking about, which in turn has translated to me being able to have better conversations about our marketing and other people, which has been a super high value.
Yes, sir. Here's your drink. Oh, there you go. 1 second. Yes, sir. Oh man, I wish I had all my clients were just like you guys. On top of things, willing to learn. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right now, I think there's something important in your industry, and one shift we made for the management for 2026 that when we presented the 2026 strategy is how do we get better qualified leads, people that's really willing to invest more in their children's education, and not only that, but be more involved with the school, right?
Yes.
So when we define that target, talking about the technical terms of targeting Facebook and Instagram, where you create the audience, you have some interests and some demographics that you can pick, but really you need to qualify with the message. So we did what we started doing that's working right now really good is that we created some awareness and traffic campaigns.
Yes.
With long video format, more than 1 minute video, 2 minute video, where people is really understanding what is the mission and the vision of the school, right?
Yes.
Watching you talking to a camera, watching Miss Kim talking to a camera, talking about like what is going on inside the classroom, what kind of people is working, like the teachers, the staff, and the parents as the community. And once we have an amount of people that was watching more than 75% of the video, we can retarget them and invite them to fill out a form to to know them a little bit more. Know what are the child's age, if they're comfortable with monthly tuition costs, demographics, all this information, so we can know if they are a fit or not for the school, and not just only invite anybody to book a tour.
Yeah, so what's really come out of doing that targeting and really identifying our target client is we've closed 70% of our tours since we've had them. So we haven't had as many tours, but we've closed 70%.
Yeah.
So, but when we were having tons of tours, half of them or less were not able to close for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So most of the people we have coming in now, because you've done such a great job in creating the culture and really sharing the vision of what's happening in the school, is they're just coming in now pretty much just to say yes, right?
That's great.
Because they've been able to see everything, they see the teachers, they see the curriculum, they see the program. And so it's made our job a lot easier and not having to explain all of those things and sell all of those things, where that algorithm and the ads we've been running has already kind of done the work for us. So really then it's just paperwork, systems, and then walking children, and families through, what does it feel like to actually come into the door at Heritage Montessori in person?
Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. And one thing that talking about the metrics is like when you create a longer funnel, the cost per lead went up.
Yeah,
it's more expensive, but once you get the lead on the tour, the conversion rates go up as well. Against what we were doing last year. Anyhow, it worked. How many kids were enrolled in 2025? Around 50?
Yeah, about 50 kids in 2025.
Kids in 2025.
And in 2026, we've already enrolled 10. So, you just look at the success rate, right? We're already at, almost, 20%. We're at 20% of our goal.
Thank you.
We're not even through the first month of January, right? So we're at 20 days into January. We've already done 20% of the goal that we did in the entire year of 2025, right? And so, trusting what someone who understands marketing and understanding the systems and really paying into that is going to get you guys, the dividends and returns, by having the trust in it.
That's great, man. Sponsored today, Whataburger.
Yeah.
The sponsor today is Parrot Marketing.
I love it.
All right. Let's park here and have some meal right now.
Yeah.
I'm starving, man. Are you starving right now?
I am very hungry. I had my 2 yogurts and a banana today.
Oh.
And, it's about 7:30, so yeah, I'm ready to eat.
That's virtually nothing.
It's good for me, though. It's good for me. It's growth. Yeah.
I know.
For many years, there was I didn't do anything for breakfast. I think I had a cup of coffee.
But basically you were fasting.
Yeah, healthy fast? No, it's not healthy to do it every day, I don't think.
I don't know. It depends what you eat after the fasting that matters.
Yeah, I would eat, maybe like 3,000, 3,500 calories in a meal, for dinner, right? So that can't be what it's supposed to be.
So I want to discuss today. Right now it'll be great if we can talk about how we change the message for this new strategy in 2026. Because when we started, and that is the regular market strategy, showing this Montessori school is a K-12, right? You got kids from, 13 months to
12th grade.
12th grade. But obviously, enrollment in a Montessori school starts with the younger kids because you want to teach them from the young age,
Building that foundation.
building a foundation on the Montessori so they can grow and really thrive. But in this case, all their communication was like a friendly, a friendly strategy about like daycare style, fonts, colors, and dynamic reels like that. But then we decided that the new strategy should look like more something as a college, a college structure, image,
preparatory school, elite,
exactly, more elite, because that's what is. I mean, that's basically the goal. I mean, the metrics are really interesting in this school. 100% of the kids that graduate, they go to college, right, or university, and like 80% of them are. They get scholarships, right?
Yes.
So that's a really nice metric. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So, just to kind of start, with what you led, like it all has to deal with identifying your ideal client and being able to get them in the door. Once we identified our ideal client was someone, has a higher end income, a 2-parent household, right? We really were able to determine that we needed to come off more collegiate preparatory, right? Because doctors, lawyers, politicians, business owners, they want their children to go to college. That's a definitive goal that they have. And so even though maybe they have a 3-year-old, being able to share with them that the school already has a vision for college when they're 3 allows them to connect with the realism that we could actually attain that goal, right? So changing those things has been really amazing. Our clients that we've enrolled, for the month of January fall into that category, right? So we're already seeing a 100% dividend return on the work that we kind of put in that change in transition. But the 3 things that Heritage Montessori really wants for a child, graduating out of our program. The first one is going to be college readiness. So our children are dual enrolled in college courses in 10th grade. Right? This means if you're dual enrolled by 10th grade, when you graduate Heritage, you go into college as a sophomore. You're skipping your freshman year of classes altogether. The second goal that we have is career readiness. So our children in 11th grade do internships and externships. So they get an opportunity to actually be in the industry, like a medical professional, a lawyer. They get to go shadow at the law office.
That's great, because that's what you need, experience. You graduate and it's like, but you got like school projects, but if you have real experience, that's a game changer, right? For their school college application and all that.
The application, 1, but 2, let's say you get into a medical college, right? You do 2 years of your base classes, and then you start working with patients, and you go to give a patient a shot, right? And blood squirts out on you, and you pass out, and you quit. You unenroll the next day. Why? Because you didn't want to be around blood. So you've lost 2 years of your life. You've lost whoever knows how much money. When you could just try that out in high school, you would have avoided that mistake, right? And that challenge, and been able to redirect your focus. So, really it's just making sure our children are resting in the gifts that they're supposed to be doing as an adult. The third thing that we want for our students is business ownership. Right? So our students graduate with an LLC. So they own their own company, whether it be a for-profit or a nonprofit. So not only do they understand what they want to do, but they understand the systems and how they're going to operate in whatever field. And the thing that I can share about business ownership and management, taxes are the same, whether you own a law firm, a daycare, or a medical professional. The tax code you do is the same tax code. So being able to know how to operate a business is going to be very similar in whatever industry you're in. So it's just really powerful, those 3 things combined.
Amazing. You need to hear this. All right, we're back, and with a belly full.
Yes. The burger was fire.
Yeah, that was good. How was it?
It's good. Fire.
Nice. Yeah, now we can talk again.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you were mentioning before that you guys have plans to open new location
Yes.
and expand the company.
Mm-hmm.
And I know because I've been in the meetings where you've been talking to big brand, this company called Big Brand Ventures
Mm-hmm.
to expand, maybe get some investors, get some donors, but like line up and polish your pitch deck.
Yes.
So why don't you tell people what are the plans? Where's the locations coming up? What are the next steps for Heritage Montessori School?
Awesome. So part of our targeting campaign and expansion is ensuring we're going to areas that have more of our ideal clients. So we've been able to identify the city of Roswell, Georgia. So this is in north of Atlanta, which really meets our demographics to open up our second location. Expanding out from having 2 locations in Georgia, we'll immediately go to other states. So we've identified states that have better parent choice opportunities. So these are, grants or subsidies that go to parents who want to send their children to private school. So in the next 5 years, we will have 5 schools, 2 in Georgia, 2 in Florida, 1 in Texas, and then California would be, 6 to 10 years out. So that's really our trajectory that we have.
That's great. I hope I can be there to watch all these locations grow and help them grow with our marketing strategies.
We'll definitely need your strategies.
All right, so now we're in the section where I want you to teach something to people. Why can't you? I mean, if there's business owners or people like try to figure out how to grow and scale their business or just start an idea. What kind of advice would you give people? I mean, you guys have been in the market for 20 years, expanding the company, growing, and being able to perform really well and providing, like a beautiful school for the community. What would you suggest if somebody is opening a new school or is just starting a new business?
Yeah, so anyone who is starting any type of company, in order to move into a position where I am now, which is you're trying to not work in the company, but work on your company, right? And so this means having really effective team members in your critical positions. So if you're starting out, that's okay. You're doing everything. You're doing the books. You're learning, right? You're really understanding what it is that you're offering in your business and in your company. And that's going to take you at least a year, right? To solidify your systems, your operations, and really what it is that you're selling and you're providing to your stakeholders and to the community. But at year 1, you're really going to need to elevate to the next level, which is qualified expertise in high-level areas. I know for my business, we are not able and haven't been able to move to the next level without really finding partners like yourself, specifically in marketing, to be able to come in and help us scale, right? Have a vision or have a system in marketing that means we can generate more students in other locations.
What about delegate? Can you talk about like delegate? Is that, for me, delegating, like operative and tasks that are, like taking your time from managing or scaling or coming with new ideas. It's important.
Yeah, it definitely is. The one thing that I would say is you have to learn how to delegate, right? Delegating is not a natural skill that people have. And then when you talk about your own business, you're going to be less prone to want to delegate. It's yours. It's your baby. It's new. You really want to take hold of things. So that kind of reaffirms the team mentality. If you can start out in the beginning with a team mentality, meaning as you're building these systems, you're already identifying what tasks and what roles other people will do and dividing it up as you're doing the planning. This means when you get your first hire, you bring on your first team member, they have something in front of them to go off of, and you're not stuck in the office right next to them, essentially doing the job, quasi-delegating, because you're sitting right next to them, telling them what they have to do.
Yeah. So, for that, I mean, in this case, my company is just a baby company. We just turned 2 in January this month. Yes, sir. But yeah, I mean, delegating marketing in my case is pretty hard, because sometimes you want everything to like come out perfect. Like the text and the image, the pictures, the video, the campaigns, everything.
Yes.
But you cannot control everything, because then you're gonna end up doing everything, not being able to scale, right? So right now we're a team of 6 people right now, and I've been using some tools. So we can discuss some tools that are useful for, people that's watching this video to be able to scale. For example, one of my personal favorites from the past 10 years is Trello. Trello is just a project management tool that allows you to have your whole team there and create different boards. If you have, for example, in your case, you can do the marketing board or the finance board,
yes,
or the office. So you can create the teams there and create some cards assigning them tasks with a due date.
Yes.
And it has everything. Every card has you can create checklists, you can attach links, images, documents, whatever it requires for them to move that card forward from idea in progress, done, and approved.
Yes.
And that's just one way that I use it. I normally have my own my team in different boards to make sure that they are they're performing,
staying on task.
They're doing whatever we said that we were doing last week, and then check up the next week. It's like, where is this? What do you need to move forward? And that way, you just throw ideas on the table and then forget about them, because that's what normally happens. So that's one tool that I use. What about you? There's any other tool that you use that can be useful for people that's building their business?
Yeah, so one of the things that we've had to do in the business, preparing for scaling, is making SOPs. So systems of processes, right? So writing down step by step, like what it is that you're doing. So one of the apps that I've recently used is called Scribe.
Okay.
And so Scribe it has a screen recording feature. So, let's say you need to do invoicing and you need to, that this is a task you do not want to be doing in your business every day. So go ahead, get the Scribe, app, and go ahead and build out what that process is now before you even have the employee. It doesn't hurt you to go ahead and build these SOPs as you are building your company.
So, but you basically record yourself, like describing the process, and it's just right there so they can learn. It's like a learning base.
Yeah, so it screen records whatever you're doing on the screen. It takes screenshots every time you go to a new page.
Like you create tutorials.
Or every time you click something, it'll do a screenshot. So you've got a picture that's tied to it, and then it also does words, right? That are associated. It transcribes essentially the actions that you're doing digitally.
That's amazing. Yeah, you shared that with me.
It doesn't cost a lot. I think it's like $50 for an entire year. And you want to talk about preparing your team for coming in and you leading well and showing them that you're high level. If you bring on an employee and you have SOPs and systems already there for them in a book or a digital folder, they're going to be able to jump right into that task and do an amazing job for you.
That's amazing. All right, let's talk about AI, which is pretty important. Everybody's using it. Most people probably uses ChatGPT, but why don't I want to start by providing some more information about like one useful tip or AI tool that I'm using right now, which is ChatGPT. But if you go to not the phone version, not the app, but if you go to the desktop version and go to the manager side, the dashboard, you can create your own GPT, and that means that you can create like it's not a chat itself, it's like a chat creator with a knowledge base.
Yeah.
So for example, in my case, what I do is create one GPT per client, and I provide all the information of the client, the website, the marketing strategy, the copywriting style, everything that I can fit, and I keep fitting it, and I share that link to my team, so anything that they create it from that specific GPT, not just the chat, because the chat can be, can clog, and maybe depending on your plan is gonna get full. So with that GPT you create different chats, but that knowledge base that you create on the GPT helps your team to not go, don't create limits.
Yes.
So how they should speak, what is the knowledge base? For example, I created the one for the school, and everything that you ask that GPT is going to be true. Monthly tuition costs, operational days, hours, everything, and we feed the AI agent that we're using, the CRM, to respond those messages on SMS or social media.
Yes.
And that's the knowledge base that we use from that GPT. So create a new your personal GPT per project is my suggestion with AI. Do you have any other AI tool that you're using right now?
I think for anybody who hasn't started using AI, I think you need to. Like, this is us telling you right now, you need to.
Yeah.
You need to start with either ChatGPT or Google Gemini.
Yeah.
I use Google Gemini out of preference only because it will go to my Gmail, it'll go through my Google Drive, so it goes through a lot of my existing systems. We transitioned to using Google about 10 years ago, so all of our data, everything that we have is already there. So I love the ease of using Google Gemini with my prompts, because then I can tell it to draft it in an email, to draft it in a Google Docs.
That's cool.
It's like an AI.
It's like an AI agent. You use it like, hey, send an email saying that, or how do you use it specifically?
Yeah, so you can use Gemini the same way you use ChatGPT, but you give it prompts like, hey, I'm writing an email, to my accountants, take this information and
send it over. It sends this, or
it
just
will
give
not
you a
send
copy.
It will draft it. So it'll create a draft.
And then you go
with
copy
the
and
subject
paste.
line.
All right.
Well, no, you can hit send, but it does just create a draft, right? So you can actually see it in the Gmail app before you hit send. Verify it's going to the right
But there's
email.
ways to do that. But I'm afraid of that a little bit, because there's a disclaimer. You can make Gemini or any AI chatbot to automate and act as an AI agent for you.
Yeah,
like sending
calls,
the emails.
things,
But it's like
everything.
I wouldn't do that right now, because there's like security.
Yeah,
issues.
if you haven't had a base understanding, meaning you haven't gone into GPT or Gemini or even any other type of AI feature that's built into a lot of apps, like, don't jump into doing something like that right away. Like, you need a base education. The other thing that I would add that I find to be really fascinating is using AI to do projections in financials, right? And to crunch the numbers, right? That alone, like, if you're not a math person, or it requires you to go to your basement, and be completely by yourself, right? And in this like zone to do numbers, this will allow you to generate all kinds of proposals, all kinds of projections, with your current data sheets. Any one of the Gemini or the ChatGPT, you can upload pictures, documents, right? It will take that and it will put it into a different format.
Statements, bank statements that you need to analyze.
Yeah, I would say look into managing your finances with the AI, and look into managing your systems and processes with AI, and you'll find yourself in a good place.
Yeah, AI is, I don't know where is this going, and there's a lot of theories around it, but right now it's a tool that AI is something that you cannot miss, and that as a business owner you need to leverage with those tools. So you gotta go for it, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
We're here, man, and thank you for being with us, sharing this amazing business that you have, the amazing vision of giving and teaching, which is as one of the most important things in the world. How you help the new generations to thrive and live the life they need to, like basic things they need to learn here that is not happening in the rest of the, at least in the public sector of the education. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I've enjoyed just being here and being able to share, a little bit about, Heritage. And I also want to say, for people who are listening out there, like if you need a great person who does marketing and has been able to elevate my business in incredible ways, like you need to call David. He runs his company. He believes in his company. He loves his clients. He works with them. This is the man to start with, end with, grow your business. So you need to get in touch with him. I hope you learned a little bit from both of us today. Definitely subscribe on his YouTube channel and make sure that you're getting updates because education isn't the only industry he's in. He's in many. He's a brilliant guy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother.
It's been an awesome opportunity.
You did my job easy right now here.